She has never talked like this before. Never. Eala is known for humility, for respect, for giving credit to opponents. But before the Charaeva match, something changed. She sounded different, too confident. Some say arrogant. She talked about winning easily, about not being worried, about already looking past her opponent. The tennis world is buzzing. Is she right? Or is she about to get humiliated? The showdown cannot come soon enough. Miami, March 23-2. The Miami Open. Eala was preparing for her third-round match against Alina Charaeva, a young Russian player, 19 years old, ranked 45th in the world. Talented, hungry, dangerous, but not a top seed, not a Grand Slam champion, not someone most people expected to challenge Eala. That was the narrative. Eala was the favorite, the champion, the woman who had won everything. Charaeva was just another opponent, another name, another step toward the title. That is what everyone thought, including Eala. The pre-match press conference was scheduled for noon. Eala walked in. She was wearing a bright yellow shirt. Her hair was in a ponytail. She was smiling, relaxed, too relaxed. The questions began. Alex, how do you feel about your upcoming match against Alina Charaeva? Eala leaned back in her chair. She smiled. She said, I feel good. I feel confident. I have been playing great tennis. My serve is on. My movement is sharp. I do not see anyone beating me right now. Not Charaeva, not anyone. The journalists looked at each other. This was different. Eala was usually careful, diplomatic. She would say things like, every opponent is dangerous, and I take nothing for granted. Not today. Today she was bold, direct, almost dismissive. Another journalist asked, what do you know about Charaeva? Have you studied her game? Eala shrugged. I have seen some videos. She is young. She is talented. She has a good forehand. But she has never played someone like me. Never been on this stage. I think the moment will be too big for her. I think I will win comfortably. Straight sets. The room was stunned. A journalist from Russia raised her hand. Alex, do you think you are being too confident? Could that backfire? Eala looked at her. Her smile faded. She said, too confident? There is no such thing. I am a Grand Slam champion. I have been #1. I have beaten the best in the world. I have earned the right to be confident. If that bothers people, that is their problem, not mine. I am not here to make everyone comfortable. I am here to win, and I will win. The press conference ended. The video spread like wildfire. Eala sounds too confident. Is she underestimating Charaeva? Arrogance or confidence? Upset alert. The comments poured in. Some fans loved her honesty. Others worried she was setting herself up for a fall. The tennis world was divided. Charaeva was asked about Eala's comments. She smiled, a small smile. Dangerous. She said, I heard what she said. It is okay. She is entitled to her opinion. I will let my racket do the talking. That is all. The response was calm, professional. But everyone could feel the fire underneath. The showdown was now personal. The day of the match arrived. The stadium was packed, more people than usual. Everyone wanted to see if Eala could back up her words. Everyone wanted to see if Charaeva could pull off the upset. The energy was electric, tense. Both players walked onto the court. Eala looked confident, relaxed. She waved to the crowd, smiled. Charaeva looked focused, serious. No smile, no wave, just business. The warm-up began. Eala hit a few forehands, clean, powerful. She looked sharp. Charaeva hit her strokes. Also clean, also powerful. The contrast in personalities was striking. Eala was the showman. Charaeva was the assassin. The match began. Eala served first. Ace, another ace. 30 love, a service winner. 40 love, a service winner. 40 love, another ace. Game. She held to love. She looked at Charaeva, smiled, as if to say, see, I told you. Charaeva did not react. She walked to the baseline, served, ace, another ace, held her serve easily. The first set was a battle. Both players were too good, too focused, too determined. The set went to a tiebreak. Eala was confident, too confident. She went for too much, made errors. Charaeva stayed steady, stayed patient, won the tiebreak 7-4. The crowd gasped. Eala had lost the first set. She walked to her chair. Her head was down. Her coach came over. He said, "Stop playing her game. Stop trying to prove you are better. Just play your game. Trust your shots. And stop smiling at her. She is not impressed." Eala nodded. She drank water, wiped her face. The second set began. Eala was different, more focused, less flashy. She played smarter, not harder. She won the second set 6-3. The match was tied. 1 set each. The third set would decide everything. The pressure was immense. Both players knew what was at stake. For Eala, a chance to prove her confidence was justified. For Charaeva, a chance to humble legend. The third set was a war. Every point was fought for. Every game was a battle. At 4-4, Eala had breakpoint. She hit a backhand down the line. Winner. She broke. She served for the match. Her hands were steady. Her heart was pounding. She served. Ace. Match point. Second serve. Ace. Match point. Second serve. Charaeva returned. Eala hit a forehand volley. Winner. Match over. Eala fell to her knees. She had survived. Barely. The crowd cheered. Eala stood up, walked to the net, shook Charaeva's hand. Charaeva looked at her, no smile. She said, "You were lucky. Next time, I will beat you." Eala nodded. She said, "Maybe, but not today." They walked off the court. The press conference after the match was intense. Journalists asked Eala about her pre-match comments, about nearly losing, about whether she regretted being so confident. Eala was defensive. She said, "I said what I believed. I still believe it. I won. That is all that matters. Confidence is not a crime. Winning is what matters. And I won." The journalist pressed, "But you almost lost. Charaeva pushed you to 3 sets. She had chances. Do you think you underestimated her?" Eala paused. She took a breath. Then she said, "Maybe I did. A little. She is better than I thought. She is a fighter. She will be a problem for many players, but not for me. Not today. Not ever. I found a way to win. That is what champions do. They find a way, even when they are not at their best, even when the opponent is better than expected. I found a way, and I am proud of that." Charaeva's press conference was different. She was calm. "Professional," she said. "I am proud of myself. I pushed the world #1 to 3 sets. I had chances to win. I did not take them. That is on me. Next time, I will. Eala is a great champion, but she is not invincible. I proved that today. She knows it. The world knows it. And I will use this experience to grow, to get better, to win next time." The tennis world was captivated. The Showdown had delivered. Drama, tension, great tennis, and the lesson: confidence is good. Overconfidence is dangerous. Eala learned that lesson. Barely. She won. But she was humbled. The warning was clear. Even champions can be pushed to the edge. Even the best can almost lose. And the next time she sounds too confident, everyone will remember Charaeva. Everyone will wonder, will this be the day she finally falls? The match became a turning point for both players. Eala learned to temper her confidence, not to eliminate it, but to channel it, to use it as fuel, not as a weapon against herself. She started giving more respect to her opponents, not because she was afraid, because she realized that everyone is dangerous, that every match is a battle, that overconfidence is a trap, and she had almost fallen into it. Charaeva, on the other hand, gained belief. She had pushed the best in the world to the limit. She had almost won. She realized she belonged. that she could compete with anyone, that her dream of becoming a champion was not crazy. It was real. She started winning more matches, beating higher-ranked players, climbing the rankings. The match against Eala had changed her, had made her believe, had made her dangerous. They played again 6 months later. At the US Open, 4th round, another battle, another war. This time, there were no arrogant comments, no dismissive press conferences, just two warriors, respecting each other, fighting for every point. Eala won again, in 3 sets. But this time, she did not celebrate. She walked to the net. She hugged Charaeva. She whispered, "You are going to win one of these soon. I hope I am not on the other side of the net when you do." Charaeva smiled. A real smile. She said, "Thank you. That means more than you know." The rivalry became one of the best in tennis. 2 champions, 2 different styles, mutual respect. Every match was a classic. Every match was a classic. Every match pushed both players to be better. Fans loved it. The media loved it. Tennis was better because of it. And it all started with a press conference, a moment of overconfidence, a wake-up call, a lesson learned. Years later, when both players had retired, they sat together for an interview. They talked about that match in Miami, about the comments, about the tension. Charaeva said, "I was so angry. When I heard you say those things, I wanted to beat you more than anything. I wanted to humble you. I almost did. But you are too good, too tough, too clutch." Eala said, "I was stupid. I was arrogant. I learned my lesson. You taught it to me. Thank you. I am a better player and a better person because of that match. Because of you." They hugged. The audience applauded. 2 legends, 1 rivalry. A lifetime of respect. The story of Eala's overconfidence before the Charaeva Showdown became legendary. Coaches told it to young players. Do not underestimate anyone. Do not get too confident. The moment you think you cannot lose is the moment you will. Parents told it to their children. Be confident, but not arrogant. There is a difference. Alex learns that the hard way. Learn from her. The lesson was simple. Confidence is good. It is necessary. It is what makes champions. But overconfidence, that is a trap. That is dangerous. That can humble even the greatest. Eala never sounded too confident again. She was confident, always, but measured, respectful. She gave credit to her opponents, acknowledged their strengths, prepared for battles, never assumed victory. Because she remembered Charaeva, remembered the scare, remembered the lesson, and she was grateful for it. The match that could have ended in humiliation became the match that made her better, stronger, wiser. Charaeva went on to win Grand Slams, become #1, fulfill her potential. In every victory speech, she mentioned Eala. She pushed me. She believed in me. Even when she was too confident, she saw something in me. She made me better. I will always be grateful. The respect was mutual. The rivalry was beautiful. The story was perfect. 2 champions, 1 match. A lesson in humility. A lesson in growth. A lesson that confidence without respect is dangerous. But confidence with respect, that is unstoppable. And the tennis world? It never forgot the moment Eala sounded too confident. The moment everyone thought she might lose. The moment she almost did. But she didn't. She won. And she learned. And she became even greater. Not despite her overconfidence. Because of it, because she learned. Because she grew. Because she understood that confidence is a weapon. But respect is a shield. And you need both to be a true champion.